All right, here we go again. Buckle up. So inside, there's a blip. And it's Metro PD, and they said, "I don't think we would have survived that." So there's some issue there. Like how? That's why you gotta get a little further forward. How do you defend against something like that? You know what makes good stuffing? Dave's Killer Bread, organic bread, power seed, sweetened with organic fruit juices. It makes great stuffing, especially vegetarian stuffing. Thanks, Larry. Yeah, so it's not this idea it has anything to do with the National Guard. Right. So that's my point about bullet-resistant vehicles. And coming up with battle drills. Right. If an officer's walking a bee, you're going to come around the corner and... Right. If officers on a beat, there could actually be less people available to repel the attacks. Right. So, really the biggest issue there is that he wasn't on the radar screen, I guess. But when it comes to that, what is that? Was he hidden? While he was being rat-clutched by somebody, foreign and or domestic? Deep State wants the president to look bad, right? Right. Washington wants the president to look bad. All right. Well, Putin is mad that Trump didn't just hand him Ukraine. That's evident. Right. Right. So, well, I can still say, negotiating partners, but again, what Putin wanted and what Trump wants isn't exactly the same. And Putin doesn't necessarily take that like everybody else. Thank you, Larry. Oh, you know what was wrong with the cranberry sauce? It probably freaked everybody out. So the last can, and the label was on upside down. So I'm sure there were other ones with the label upside down, but it wasn't the last one, People were like, no, I'm not touching that. Say, hey, put that there. It's like you don't take the first 2 slices of bread. I don't know. Until you run out of bread. Then you use them, right? Well, get away from politics and Biden this and Biden that so much. Obviously, something could have happened there. But, again, I was studying the issue when we were in Afghanistan, trying to figure out what it could be. I mean, Russians were one of the possibilities. Of course, Taliban. And ISIS. Right. Well, if you have internet access, you can be manipulated, especially if you don't know you're being manipulated. Right. Like, what are you seeing in a day? Like, he could have been seeing every news article that talks shit about our government and what happened in Afghanistan, and somebody could have been effing his head over the fact that he was going to be deported. We're coming for you next. Right. Apparently, it makes no sense. What leans into the spycraft being causation. Right. But I mean, things happen. Especially somebody that's wired like that. Right. Now he's doing Amazon, so I don't know. I don't know where that fits into how he feels about himself, about the world around him. Right. But I'm telling you, the Amazon app's got some weird shit going on. I've been telling you that for years. Somebody's hacking into that. Could be an inside job. Could have somebody, one of the clowns that do me, could have been doing him. Say, well, we'll get rid of this guy. Watch. Hey, let's fuck with him. Right. And then, he's a special operator. And he didn't go to the Sapper Leader POW class. You didn't give him POW training, did you? That's a good class to give people. Right. Give him SEER and POW. I imagine he's done some of that, but well, you have to. When the deep state comes after you, when the foreign and domestic enemies in the United States come after you under the cover of being, law enforcement, government, or whatever, or PI, or whatever it is, you have to lean into the concepts you learn there. I mean, you have to develop your own application of it, but right. Thanks, Larry. So again, I had a lot of OPSEC training. I had a lot of, that goes into psychology and all that a little bit. We professional responsibility and law enforcement and other stuff. Right. Officer survival, mindset. Right. Well, that was a good turkey, fake turkey deal. So I had the cranberry. The only thing is, I was reading a recipe. I didn't use their recipe, but they did suggest olive oil instead of butter, and I did that. Right. But they kept saying the more the merrier, but I kind of more the merrier a little bit too much. But for the first time I cooked it, it's perfect. I've never had better stuffing in my life. I mean, it's good. The only thing it lacked was like cranberries or something like that. Right. Raisins or cranberries I should have thrown in there. Dave's Power Seed Bread. Because then, so Hashem was telling me to try to find cranberry granola or cranberry. I didn't think, I should have got the cranberry trail mix. They probably had that laying around. That probably would have been pretty good. But Hashem wanted me to go with the granola and then like soak the granola for a little bit. Then put it in there. It'll wipe the range out here tomorrow. The first time I used it. Nice cooking with gas. But it's going to be a cold winter, I'll tell you that. My neighbor, she brought me some turkey, and I said, nah, I'm vegetarian. She went out and got me like a plate and stuff, like, because she went someplace to eat. I don't, got restaurants everywhere around her. Right? And then she brought me like some turkey, and I said, I'm a vegetarian. She said, well, how about pumpkin pie? I said, all right, I can't eat it anyway, though. It's got egg in it, bro. Right. I already ate some of the pumpkin pie. It was pretty good. I don't think I can eat any more right now. I'm pretty stuffed. So yeah, so I got online because what appeared to be Metro PD inside said, I don't think what would we have done if that was us? And again, if it was another location without the extra patrol, like, what are they going to do then? Right. Thank you, Larry. So they've already realized it. Not to say better them than us, but we wouldn't have survived it. I mean, it's like 1 in a million, right? But again, we can train, but it's going to be weird to a certain degree. I mean, but again, you got to go through battle drills. Again, I do it sometimes. Maybe some other people do it. You take a corner wide, right? But again, he just pulled the revolver out, and they didn't see it, and that was it, right? But I mean, it's definitely CIA type, SAD trained mindset, right? All right. You got 4 bullets, take out the world with it. How do you do it? You do that, right? Right. I mean, you didn't get very far, but correct, Larry. So that's what I'm talking about, the mindset. Because once you put it in there, it's the inside, right? So we have to do our own training like that. But that's kind of weird. We should have had them monitored. And I'm hoping nobody used psychology on that dude. Right. If they Rambo'd him or they used psychology to investigate him, that could have caused every bit of that. Right. All right, that's it. All right, I'll bring the prayers back tonight. Stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.